to another California Guy video with your boy California Guy. What's up, everybody, and welcome to this video. Now, I've been checking out a lot of these coons in the national media. The coon logic and ideology has prevailed and become even stronger in 2017 and is a danger to black interests in the United States. You've had, over the last 6, 7 months, black people support Donald Trump, and I'm not going to say names, but you have black so-called, you know, individuals who says it's good for black people to support Donald Trump. We've had those issues. Then we had black celebrities who would go to Trump Plaza, meet up with this man, and take photo ops at like their fanboys, with the exception of Jim Brown, because I have respect for Jim Brown. I think Jim Brown did it to show somebody measure respect, but the other people were coons. Steve Harvey was a coon, Ray Lewis was a coon, Kanye West was a coon, and anybody else that was black, Omarosa, all these blacks are coons. They love this man's asshole, and they love the fact that this guy's a white supremacist. This black and Martin Luther King the Third was a disappointment also too. Him visiting him. Martin Luther King the Third should have never taken the invitation to Trump Plaza, never. And I'm very disappointed in Martin Luther King the Third for even soft shoe cooning up at Trump Plaza. With the exception of Jim Brown, all these black individuals has become being put on this coon train because they should have never seen Donald Trump in the first place. And Martin Luther King III sees Donald Trump after Donald Trump disrespects John Lewis. Yes, Donald Trump disrespect. I couldn't believe Martin Luther King III would even go up to Trump Plaza and give this man respect. This man told John Lewis that he was a failure to black people. And Martin Luther King III goes up there and meet with this man and they take a photo off. And when Martin Luther King III did this is what he did. It was basically a middle finger in John Lewis's face. A man, John Lewis, who have supported his late father. A man who was beat up by white supremacists in the 1960s. And you have Martin Luther King III, the son of the late Dr. Martin Luther King, a man who should have known better to visit. And if he was going to see Donald Trump, he should have seen Donald Trump maybe in the summer or maybe at a little convention, some shit like that. But Martin Luther King III basically slapped John Lewis in the face. And black people should take heed to this with other black individuals that's riding on this coon train. And, again, Kanye was a coon, Ray Lewis was a coon, and Steve Harvey was a known coon. But I couldn't believe Martin Luther King III would go and meet up with this man, on the same weekend that he turns down going to the Black Museum in Washington, D.C., and he already was talking shit about John Lewis. Again, a man who is a respected black civil rights leader. A man whose face was beaten to, God knows what. This was a civil rights figure who was with Dr. Martin Luther King back in those days. And I thought it was a slap in John Lewis's face that Martin Luther King III would even go up there and visit him. And this is why I say a lot of black people are coons. A lot of black people, they talk a good game, but then they coon out. And they think by doing those things, those are tactical measures, but they're not really tactical measures. They're giving white supremacists what they want. It's not intelligent to meet up with somebody on the same weekend that he was blatantly, basically saying racist stuff. And actually, there was a racist argument to be made against Trump, but Martin Luther King III and Steve Harvey ruined it because they wanted to take these fanboy pictures. And so a lot of African American people defended Martin Luther King III, but I'm here to say Martin Luther King III was absolutely wrong. and it pains me to have to say that about Martin Luther King III. The others, I don't respect them, except for, with the exception of Jim Brown. Shout out to Jim Brown, because Jim Brown, I think that Jim Brown met up with Donald Trump because he wanted to. Yeah, I just think he was scoping the scene. They begged Jim Brown to come up there, so they was basically scoping the scene. Jim Brown, he did what he had to do, by going up there. Jim Brown is a respected man. He's a pro-black individual. So I didn't look at the same thing with Jim Brown, but people like Steve Harvey, Martin Luther King III, that was some coon shit. But Jim Brown, I could tell looking at the interview with Jim Brown that they begged him to go up there. They begged Jim Brown. From what I'm hearing through my sources, they begged Jim Brown. So Jim Brown, I respect Jim Brown to this day. He's one of my heroes. And I stay respecting him. But the others, I don't respect Martin Luther King III. He's going to have to make another statement. I got a couple more videos for him. That was some cool shit. Peace out.